Yes.
All right, you guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you might be. My name is Marva B. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine. We are a global publication, and we are so excited, so thrilled that we have the winner of the 25th International Beauty Award, 25th International Beauty Finalist, the winner. We have her with us. Eliza.marie is with us, and I'm so excited. Like, listen, you guys, before I let her introduce herself, um, Eliza, along with other models, had to come in front of a panel of judges. I was one of the judges there, and it's very nerve-wracking to do that, but this girl rocked her interview. She rocked the runway. She deserves it. She earned this crown. So we're going to talk to her tonight. Eliza, welcome to Black Link Magazine.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm so excited for
Yeah,
the opportunity.
absolutely. We're excited to have you. Go ahead and tell us just a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into this interview.
I am a 17-year-old model. I'm also an athlete. I'm in my senior year and currently applying to colleges. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a dog mom. I'm a mother of Erica and Elias Hildreth. I'm the youngest sibling out of four.
Oh, so you're the baby.
I
Oh.
am the baby.
Well, listen, I really have to first of all shout out John Blassingame for
Yes.
putting together such an amazing event and having some amazing people and models and designers. It was amazing. And it's not easy to get up in front of people and do what you do, but you come with such confidence. Let's just go back. One more shout out. I want to shout out your mother, your parents, for doing such an amazing job with you. God, you're so well spoken. You're so well put together. And when I saw your mom, how she takes care of you, she congratulates you, she has your back. And a lot of people wish they had that. So cherish your mother. And so shout out to her for being there. So now we can get on with the interview. So let's go all the way back and let's talk about you first becoming or coming into this realm of modeling and fashion. What prompted you to want to do this other than your natural beauty, of course?
Thank you. Um, I've always had a different fashion sense, and my mom can go to bat with me on that one. I was never the girl who really liked putting on dresses and heels. If you see me on a day-to-day outside of fashion shows, I'm in my cargos, my oversized baggy streetwear, just very different aesthetically pleasing outfits. I just love dressing up and experimenting different fashion choices. Modeling, I started in August of 2021, 2020, yeah, 2021. And it was just, I love taking pictures, and my brother loved taking pictures of me. And it started, I was just like, you know what, Mom? I was like, I want to try modeling. I've never walked in heels that for that long period of time.
Oh,
Like
wow.
ever. I couldn't walk in heels when I first started. So it was a journey, but I just love being able to express myself through creativity of taking pictures and trying different outfits and just experimenting just my fashion choices.
Right. So you say, I was a tomboy as well when I was growing up. You couldn't have got me to put makeup on. I was
Mhm.
totally into sports, and that was it. That's what I wanted to do. So I feel you on that. So, and nothing's wrong with that. So anyway, in 2021, you decided that this is what you were gonna do, that you wanted to do. What was your first experience on the runway, or either a competition?
My first experience on the runway was in December in Atlanta. I actually traveled for my first show to Atlanta, Georgia. And I was very nervous at first just because it was a new environment. I wasn't used to the fast paced, quick change, like just
Yeah.
different scenery for me. But it was very encouraging. Everyone was very encouraging and supporting, which like kind of pushed me to go. They just support you in your natural element and your natural skin and just accept you for who you are. Miss T, big shout out to her. her and her girls were very welcoming, and now they're some of my closest modeling friends, even though they live all the way in Georgia. But they're some of my closest girls that I model with, and they're just a very good group to be around. And just having that support just pushed me a lot more.
Yeah. What are you telling young ladies, young girls? Let me back up. Growing up, girls and women in general, we just have like this complex about ourselves. Even if people, some of us, even if people tell us we're pretty, we don't see it. But what are you telling young girls that would love to do this, but have that thing about them that they just think they're not pretty or they're not good enough? What's your advice to them?
My advice to them is just being comfortable with who they are first, and just practicing and doing affirmations to themselves that they are beautiful, that they are enough, and that in their own skin, they don't need anything else. They don't need the makeup, they don't need the extra glitz and glammy things to make them feel beautiful, that they are very beautiful in the inside. And their appearance does not matter, because either way they're beautiful. If you're a nice person, you're beautiful to me.
Yeah.
um just encouraging to them. And that's actually a really good question. One of my old teachers today came up to me to come talk to one of her younger kids in her music class, who models as well. And she had me schedule a time to talk with her, which I'll talk to her next week when we come back to school, of just her being comfortable in her skin and just getting used to, being herself without having the extra added on things, especially since she is so young.
Right. Let's talk about as models, and when you're in these competitions, there are there are certain things that when you're asked, what are you going to do with your platform? What is your passion? What do you want to do as far as community and giving back?
I want to be able to give back to my community as much as I can, especially with the young girls in my community. They just have, sometimes they get into the wrong groups and the wrong crowds, which I was grateful enough to have a lot of role models in my life to make sure I don't get into those type of things. So just being able to use my platform to talk about being beautiful within yourself, and not seeking other things to find beauty, not looking for it in a boy, for teenagers who might be looking for that validation through other people. It's just finding it within yourself, and knowing that how you feel about yourself is enough. You don't need anyone else's validation or opinion or thought about yourself. That what comes from you is what you are. What you say you are is what you're going to be.
You all me every time I talk to you. You cannot be 17. No, cannot be. I mean, you are very well spoken, and that's what got me. It was how you presented yourself, and what really stood out is that you said there are some things that you will say no to. You don't have to show your body and wear those type of clothes to be accepted or to be in a pageant. You just don't have to do that. How difficult or not is it talking to young girls, maybe that are in that predicament or feel that way?
Um, it depends sometimes, because sometimes you get it from people who are a little bit older than you or a little bit younger, sometimes the same age. It's just being able to like talk to them a bit more and just give them my piece of thought of that they don't have to compromise how their morals or how they feel about certain topics in like real world life to be successful. That when you stay true to yourself and your morals in life, and you stay true to that, it gets you farther than compromising yourself
Yeah.
to.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What did you have to experience in life in order to get where you are today? Maybe even not, it's always with the help of our parents, but that Eliza had to say, come to terms with herself to overcome. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, I had to go through a lot of heartache of breaking my own heart to get to where I am of how I feel about myself. Is it was really a mindset game for me, as which I tell a lot of people is really a mindset thing. Other people telling me I was beautiful did not like feed into like, oh, you're just saying that because you're a relative or you're a friend. It really takes you sitting down and speaking positive things into your life and really working on your mental and how you look at things, and not even just within yourself, just how you look at everything throughout life. It takes all those practicing skills of breaking your own heart about certain things and setting certain time periods of where you're just looking in the mirror and like, I am this, I am this, I am beautiful, I am enough. Just those affirmations that I had to say to myself over and over, and just being able to express myself with being comfortable of like, I do weird, quirky things. So what? I like that doesn't change me. And just blocking out everyone else's opinion and just knowing that my opinion about myself is what matters the most out of anyone else's opinion. My opinion about myself is the most important, not my mom's, not my dad's, not my siblings, not my friends. It's my opinion that matters the most to me.
I am so thankful that you came here today because I need for young girls to hear this. And I'm thankful to God that you won. I think God has a purpose for us, for all of us, and He has it is written that you would have won this because you guys are our future.
Yeah.
And you can get in those girls' ears with positive things. There's so much negative going on in the world. But if you can get to them and if you reach just one, you've done your job, right? So continue to be who you are and stand in that. Stand in that. So my next question is, how was it that you got connected with John Blassingame and the whole fashion weekend event? Like, where did that come from? And then the second part to that, what was your experience during that weekend, and what did you find out more about yourself?
Okay. I found out about John Blassingame in May. In May, I believe it was. Yes. A little bit before, somewhere in the springtime. I found out about him through one of our close work friends. His name is Rick Rhodes, who helped me work on my walk and things like that. Like he was a coach for me. He plugged me in with Mr. Blassingame and put me into one of the shows and got me connected. But I ended up walking for Mr. Orlando, and that was a very good experience. I got plugged in with a very good designer. I met Mr. Jude and Miss Hakima, and that was my very first interview ever. And just meeting them and socializing with them, and then leading to this weekend, which I said I was coming back. And in my interview with him, I said I would come back and I would win the next competition, which I did.
And you did it.
So that was a very good experience for me. And just being around a lot of supportive people and knowing, especially within modeling journey, there's not all quick and easy, nice roads. There are some people who just don't want to support you or just don't want to see you win and will do anything to sabotage your success, which is a very real factor, which is, sometimes can be emotional and sad. But just knowing that there's other people out here who want to see me win and want to support my journey within modeling and all my accomplishments that I want to go through just taught me a big lesson of your intermediate people that are most closest around you and have been for a while will not always be your biggest supporters. And sometimes that was a tough thing for me to ruffle around with this the weekend of the show, is that not the close packed people around me, like certain family members or friends will be your number one supporters and will want to see you win. They'll sometimes most likely be the people who want to see you fall down in the end.
That's
So
a
that was
fact.
a big learning goal for me over the weekend, is just knowing that I may not always find my supporters and my people within my family. It may be other people that I don't know, like you and Miss Cherry and Mr. Rob, and just different people like that. So that was a big learning experience about myself, is that I had to mentally tell myself, like, there's other people out here other than just my family who want to see me win, and
Right.
just other friends who want to see me win. There's other people out here who are willing to help me go on my journey and help to build me up on top of what I'm trying to do and see a future of what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. So that was a big a
Yeah.
rough
And
one.
I think also the what's important is that, the relationships that you build, you got to take care of those relationships. Is it, I know for me, I'm like, once I build this relationship, because I network a lot, like I'm in for the long haul, long as it's positive, and because I'm a positive person, I don't want any bad energy. Long as it's like that, we are good to go. So, and I feel that about you too. So, you were the youngest one that walked in that room that day. Did that intimidate you?
A little bit yes and no. It didn't intimidate me just as much as the age range. A lot of people say I'm very mature for my age, so I never really hung out with a
Facts.
lot of people my age. Majority of my friends come from my brother's age group, which is like 19, 20,
Yeah.
that age. So like I'm used to being around people who are a little bit older than me and have experienced a lot more things than I have. So the age range part I wasn't too scared about. It was just more so of how I talked and carried
Oh,
myself.
you were worried about that?
Was just
You
how I
you killed it. You killed it. Oh my gosh. All right. So once you win the pageant, there's a year-long commitment that you have. How do you juggle this in school?
Hmm. I am learning. We have talks, me and my mom actually. I have to give her that credit.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
mom,
that's good.
100%.
Keeps you
She,
grounded.
yes, she keeps me on track and she knows like if I say, "Mom, I really need you to handle this for me because of this for school." She understands 100%, no questions asked, no matter how tired she is, and I cannot
Oh,
thank her enough for that because being in school is very difficult, especially applying for colleges, waiting to hear back, the anticipation of all that is very stressful. So she's always right on it, no matter how tired she is. She
oh,
will jump in and be like, it's fine, I got you. Whatever you need, I'm here to support you." And for that, that's very, very important. So when
total.
I
Yeah.
wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, like I did the other day, and tell her, "I have a business idea." She's up, alert, ears open, and ready to hear.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I
Well,
love
well, congratulations again for everything that you do. You've accomplished thus far. I know for a fact that you keep your head on straight like you are, you will go so far in life and you will touch many people along the way. So just know, I don't know about anybody else. I know that I believe in God strongly. And I believe that he has purpose for our lives, and whatever he's placed in us, we need to share that with people, right? Okay. So you're going to Cancun. You won this in your package. What do you intend to do with that? Is it just, I mean, are you going to make are you going to visit with people? And is there an assignment that you have out there, or is this something that you won and you get to go relax?
I think it's just a relax and then come home and get to work.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations. I was just curious. Now, that was me being nosy. What do you get to do?
I,
Well, enjoy your time off because you're going to be a busy somebody,
yeah,
along with school. But we know that school and our education is first. And so I wish you nothing but we're going to be following you. You're as part of your package with the New Day, with the winning the international beauty contest. You're going to be featured in our magazine our March edition 2023. It will release March the 1st. There will be a featured story. There will be some beautiful pictures of you in that magazine, and you should be proud, very proud of your accomplishments. So kudos to you. What do you want to leave? One last word do you want to leave with? Just period. What's on your mind? What's most important that you want to get out to the world?
that I am very excited for this opportunity for one. Thank you again. And just to be yourself is don't compromise for anything. No dream is too big to reach. Just be you.
So congratulations. But listen, you guys, listen, we're going to get out of here for now. Remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless you.
Yes,
God bless you too.
too.
Thank you. Good night.